get it right just to live it up. It seems like a bunch of people wanna take me down, but what I do you can't stop, so I build it up. But other people love to hate just to take it down, but you can't take me down. Never,
What's
never
good,
take
people?
me down.
FlyDefinition.com. And but my man Sean J. Palace Day Sean. Shit. You know what I'm saying? About to kick it with him and see what's going on. What's going on, my dude?
Man, chilling, man. You know, just relaxing, enjoying life. You know how I do.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
As everybody knows, A Tree by Itself is out and available.
Right.
Doing well. So skip all the nonsense, straight to the, the good shit.
Right. I feel you.
What brought you back into the game? As far as hip hop and everything, because you've been out for how long?
Man, I've been out. I think technically I've been out for 3 years. I dropped like the Eagle is Landed mixtape, but that was just really to kind of like for the people that was paying attention to me.
Right.
So yeah, 3 years really how long I've been out. What brought me back into it? I guess when you love something, you know what I'm saying? It's like you try to quit it or whatever, but it's always gonna come back to you. And like, even as much as I try to do other things, I know it always felt like if I just was to give this up totally, I probably would regret it. So with that being said, like even like you and Shinobi Styling and Soy, like everyone was just like kind of like, yo, we need to get back in the lab. Like it was just like, fuck it, might as well do it and see what happens.
Every time I came through, you had the monitors going, editing some shit, so it just seemed to me like it made sense for you to come back, you know what I mean?
Right.
But since it's such a fast pace, fashion culture, whatever, 3 years is a long time, coming back and getting your feet set back in line, what's your mind state?
I'm still trying to, it's like I'm learning, it's because it's like I'm starting all over again for the fact that the game has changed so much since I left. Like and it wasn't really 3 years, like I was away for a year in Houston for like some other things, and within that whole year, like the way the mechanics work of this whole industry just like changed, with everything from the blogging, like the blogs, the blogs is the new radio now. Like that's still something like I haven't grasped yet. And then with the politics, with the whole blogging thing, like even shout out to Fly Def for showing me love from the jump. That's a great thing, but not everybody is like Fly Def, or not everyone is like the Non-Elements or Rock the Dove who's been consistently supporting me. So just me kind of adapting to that is just, it's because I'm sitting here looking at it like, these are regular people.
Why would you not?
You're right, like this ain't radio personalities, this ain't like so-called quote-unquote stars. Like half these people you wouldn't even know if you saw them on the street.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
So on a t-shirt or some shit.
Exactly. So with that, what is hot right now, that whole thing, like I don't even pay attention to that, because I think about it would throw me really off my game and what I really want to do.
Right.
So just trying to adapt with that. Like I said, the blogging thing was out now. The trendy stuff, the just everything, the oversaturation of the market too, as well, because of the fact that there is a lot more rappers doing it right now, thanks to the internet and technology. So
I can't complain about that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons to it, but there is cons to it, and I think the con of it is that it makes it easier just for anybody to do the same thing that I'm trying to do.
Right.
So within that, when you have that kind of conflict, what do you do to stand out and not make you look like any other rapper? So
now at this point, with all that said, what's your goals as far as right now? You know what I'm saying? Not tomorrow, next week, but as far as the future building up, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like what's your main objective?
Main objective? Really? I know this is a general cliche answer or statement, but just making good music, like 100% timeless good music. So I think, like I said, in this oversaturated market, I think that would be the only way to stand out.
Right.
Because in this market, you got all these rappers dressing weird or dressing different, got quote unquote swagger and
skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans, man purses, man skirts, all that. You got cats doing that, and you got cats doing like really left field in their music.
Yeah.
Like bringing in different synth sounds and the effects on their vocals, and doing all kinds of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's just like, do you want to go real left where it's like you're crossing the line of being whack, or do you want to stick with what works? or do you want to go with what's hot? So it's, you know, it's just like, what do you want to do? So in my personal opinion, it's like, you know, let's do what's working. You know, why change something that's been working for years? I'm not talking about like what's been hot for the last 2 years. I'm talking about what is always the thing that's like when you hear it, it just sounds fresh regardless.
Right.
So.
Well, I know we've been getting a lot of love on the project. Shouts to everybody, Conscious, our show. Everybody supported it. You know, together, producers and everything.
Really, it's a team at the end of the day. I mean, it wasn't just me.
Let's break into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think that, you know, it's like 1995. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get a record on the radio or something like that, like, it's a rap. You just sit back and chill. But it's not. You know, what's your view on that? I know, man, you had conversations with
Right.
And, you know, we still talk to people that's still kind of in that mindset, just don't get, you know, like, me to just tell them what they need. You know what I'm saying? As far as a team, you know, putting everything out and putting everything together.
I think you need to surround yourself with a circle that first of all loves your music, not just like, you know, just on some yes man shit. That really listen to your music, that can break it down, that can comprehend what you're doing, comprehend what you want out of it. First of all, find you a group of people, a team, and roll with them until you can. Like, you know, don't just sit there like people. I know a lot of people have a team, but they don't utilize it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is like there's a bunch of solo acts in the group, and it's to a point where they start like ego tripping. You know, in a sense. So make sure you know you have a team. Make sure everybody you know works their role, and then like how you were saying, you can't just put a song out like every 2-3 months, like, you know, the traditional ways you put out singles and expect it to work and expect it to be hot. Like, okay, you drop a song, it got 14,000 downloads. That is not the end of your conquest at all. You still, I mean, since there is a lot more rappers doing this, there's a lot more quote-unquote competition. I mean, you can sit here and preach all that family stuff and unity. At the end of the day, hip-hop is a competing sport. With that being said, there's a lot more other niggas out there doing what you're trying to do. So you have, with the audience looking at all of that, they can easily like forget you next week. They might play your song out for a whole day. The song has not been playing it on repeat all day. And then next week some other nigga drops a hotter song, and then who is Sean J? Or who is whoever? You know what I'm saying? Like Jay Sean could drop a song tomorrow and fuck my whole show. Real talk. You know? Fuck all my Google searches up, everything. You know, his name will be on the blogs, of course, more than me. But in all the jokes aside, though, but that's the honest truth. So you have to be consistent, and you can't just drop a song. You have to do the whole 9 yards. You have to do the Twitter. You have to do the Facebook thing. You have to do the blogging thing. You have to still do radio spins, even though it might seem kind of useless. There is some people that ain't up on game like everybody else, searching on blogs and going on forums and stuff like that. So you gotta do the radio thing. Get as much radio space as you can. You never know who's listening. You gotta pass out CDs or sell CDs. You gotta do shows. You gotta just make appearances and get your name out there. Start networking, meeting people. You know, if you're not a social person, in this climate, that might not work. You know, you can sit here and be that awkward dude that kind of keeps quiet to themselves. We're in a day and age where that people want to relate to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't want to just feel your music. You have to kind of like build a whole brand for yourself, whether the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, the way your personality is, the way you act outside of music, or everything. You know, if you got a day job, cool. You know what I'm saying? Have them relate to that too, so that it makes you look ordinary to everybody else. So you have to be social. You have to do everything. You can't just rely on one thing. Like, you can't just sit there and get 3,000 followers on Twitter. Nah, not even that. Let's say 10,000 followers on Twitter and expect that it's just gonna work that way. Or get 1,000 friends on Facebook and expect to work that way. Or, you know, pay for 20,000 plays on MySpace.
No shots.
Man, I'm being real though. I mean, there's a lot of y'all that are doing that, and you're still wondering why you're in, you know, in the start of it, or you plateaued at your career, your music level. Maybe that's why, you know.